Today we're unboxing an Apple Watch Ultra 2 that I picked up on eBay for over 50% off of its retail price. So this was only $375 compared to the $799 it retails for. Let's go ahead and open this box to check it out. And here we can see the Apple Watch Ultra 2. Wow, it looks to be in pretty much flawless condition. I'm really not seeing any scratches or wear to the sapphire lens or the titanium case. The seller did also include the original charger, but I did not receive the box. And this did come with a trail loop band. So let's power the watch on now. And there we go, we boot into the setup screen. So I'll get the Apple Watch set up and resume the video then. Okay, and I've gotten my Apple Watch Ultra 2 all set up now. I've been using it for a few hours now, and so far I'm really enjoying it. The Apple Watch I was upgrading from was a Series 5. So this was a 44mm Series 5 in the silver aluminum. I believe this one was released in September 2019, but I have owned mine since April 2020. And I was always very happy with this. I just felt like it was starting to look and feel a little bit outdated. The battery health on this one was getting to be a little bit low. I believe it was 77%. And it was definitely getting to the point where it would struggle to make it through a single day of usage. So the really long battery life of the Ultra was a huge selling point for me. I know quite a few Apple Watch Ultra owners that get over 2 days of battery life from theirs. And my Series 5 here was no longer running the newest version of watchOS. It was only supported through watchOS 10 here, where the current version is watchOS 11. So software support was another factor I thought of when purchasing this Ultra 2, as I knew I really wanted to do the watchOS 26 update this fall to get the liquid glass redesign. And lastly here for my Series 5, I just felt like the display was getting so many little scratches and nicks that it was starting to look a little bit unpresentable. So I was really thrilled to get the sapphire lens on this Ultra 2 that pretty much doesn't scratch. I ran quite a few checks with the serial number and IMEI for this watch, just because I was a little bit skeptical due to the low price. First off, I was a little bit concerned that this may have been financed with a carrier, as I know it's relatively common for people to purchase an Apple Watch with their carrier but then not pay it off. But thankfully this is reported to be carrier unlocked and not blacklisted, so that does not appear to be the case. I'm not intending to use the cellular capabilities of this watch, but I just still wanted to check that out. I also found out that this was purchased in February 2024. And thankfully the battery health here is reported to be at 100% maximum capacity. I think my favorite aspect of this watch so far is just the design. It just looks so much more substantial than what I was used to. And it's really nice to have the extra screen space going from 44mm to 49. And the brighter display has been really noticeable as well. I do have the brightness on here turned down for the video, but according to Apple, this can reach 3000 nits as the peak brightness level, whereas the Series 5 I had was only 1000 nits. I also think the action button here is really cool. I've configured it to be a flashlight. And since the watchOS 10 update that switched the access for the control center from a swipe up to the push of this side button, it really felt like it would take forever to access the flashlight on my previous model. And another point about my Series 5 that I forgot to mention is that the display had experienced some pretty significant burn-in. So here on the flashlight screen, you'll be able to see that the watch face I used on this was burnt in really badly. You can definitely see the weather widget I had here in the middle, as well as the complications I had along the bottom. This is something that I had just noticed around the past year, but it really began to bother me. And there's more features about the Ultra that I'm really excited to use, like the double tap gesture, as well as the Vitals app with all of the health features like sleep tracking. It's also pretty cool that this Ultra 2 has double the water resistance from my previous watch. So this one can be submerged up to 100 meters instead of 50. And for some more technical details on this, I went from the S5 chip to the S9 chip. I also got double the storage capacity, so this watch has 64 gigabytes of storage compared to 32 I had previously. And I found the good deal on this watch by using my typical eBay trick of sorting my searches by newest listed. When you use that newest listed sort on eBay, you get a chance to find items before many people have a chance to look at them, which in turn will allow you to find deals like this. And I know $375 isn't like a total steal for this watch. It seems like the normal price for these is around the mid 400s. But because this retails for a price of $799, I felt like getting it for over 50% off was a really nice deal. Also, I did want to touch on the timing aspect of this purchase. As here in August 2025, I am aware that the Apple Watch Ultra 3 is coming out just next month. But I was just kind of at the point where I really wanted a new watch, and I felt like it would be a pretty safe bet to purchase this one at the price I did. The current trade-in value for this at Apple is the exact price I paid, $375. So I figured when the Ultra 3 comes out, if I decide that I really want that model, I could trade this in and not lose very much at all. But let me know your thoughts on this purchase below. I'm super thrilled with this watch so far, and it really feels like a night and day difference compared to my previous one. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.